Have you been on the hunt for a bumper with a winch for your Subaru Outback Wilderness? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about all the information that I have, exactly where the process stands, what you can expect, the things I know, the things I don't know, and how you can get on a list for a pre-order. Stay tuned. Welcome back to another video. My name is Josh. This is Native Nomads, and today we are going to be discussing all of the information that I have for the Subaru Outback Wilderness winch bumper that I, probably much like you, have been screaming at the rooftops for a company to make. There's a lot to go over today, and I appreciate you for coming along on all of these adventures and choosing to watch today's video. There are a few things that I want to mention really quick before we get into all the information that you're actually after, and that is number one. In the description, there is a link to sign up for our blog, as well as our newsletter. Unfortunately, because it is very hard to communicate en masse in any other way, if you are interested in a Subaru Outback Wilderness winch bumper, I need you to sign up in the description. There are going to be other emails that come that may not pertain to you, but in the subject line, I will be very clear as what the email is about, so you can either choose to read it or not read it. But in order for us to communicate, in order for me to be able to provide you an opportunity to get on the wait list and pre-order your bumper, I'm going to need that information. I know it's a pain. I hate giving out my email. And that's fine if you don't. You just want to wait until it goes, it completely goes live. But if you are like me and one of those people who would like to have something as quickly as I can, please sign up for the newsletter. The link is in the description. It's very clear which link it is, and that will get you all this information much, much faster. Now, that being said, the last video that I did, and I will put that video up here, it was just a full walk around video of my Subaru Outback Wilderness and all the things that I have done to that vehicle so far. And in that video, I had mentioned there may be the opportunity to get a Subaru Outback Wilderness winch bumper, and I wanted everybody to comment on that video. Well, everybody who commented made a huge difference, and I want to thank you for that, because all of the things that I'm doing now would only be possible with the people that chose to comment on that video. So please, again, in this video, comment something. I don't really care what it is. I'm in, heck yeah, get me a bumper, whatever, because not only does it help the video get to more people, but it allows me to entice people, like these companies, to build something that doesn't exist for the vehicles that we love. All of that being said, today what we're going to talk about is everything that I know. And I know a lot, but there are a lot of unknowns as well. And I think it's important for me to kind of be transparent with you on those. And I want to start with the things that I do know, because I think the things that I do know are what's most important. The first thing that I know is the bumper's being built. The company has procured their own Outback Wilderness. They have torn it apart, and they are building a winch bumper specific to the Outback Wilderness, and it will be in the next 60 to 90 days. So we will have a bumper with a winch capability for the vehicles that we love. I'm so jacked about it, and I just can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys helping out, because without your comments, it's not possible. So the bumper is being built, and it is going to match the lines of the vehicle, and it will be a relatively easy install. Now, the winch that has been slated to be put into this bumper will be, I believe it's the Warn 6,000 pound winch. I don't know exactly what model yet, but Warn is the company that is going to be used as the test for the winch bumper itself. Now, does that mean that's the only bumper you can get? Does that mean it's the only bumper that's going to fit? I don't have any of that information, and nobody does, because one of these bumpers has not even been produced yet, but it is on the drawing board. It is going through the process. Within the next few weeks, there should be the first prototype, and if you know anything about fabrication and building things from scratch, it'll come out as a first prototype. It'll be test fit, and there will be modifications that need to be made. That information will be sent back. Prototype number 2 will come out. So it's going to be a process, and it's going to take some time. But we've waited this long, right? So I don't really care. I'm happy that we are at least at this point. So once I have that information and prototype 1 is out, prototype 2 is out, I will continue to update with more information. Now I want to look at my phone because I have all of these notes written down in there because I think staying on track here is key. Let's see. Now we know that it will fit the 22 and 23 Subaru Outback Wilderness. That is the only vehicles that have been talked about building a bumper for. If you do not own one of those vehicles, maybe you own an older Outback or a newer Outback, but not the Wilderness model, then please leave a comment of what you would like to see in terms of a winch. I'm hoping, and I'm very hopeful, that much like the Prinsu rack for the traditional Outback fits the Outback Wilderness, I'm hopeful that this bumper will also fit the traditional Outback, not the Wilderness model. I just don't know yet. Nobody knows yet. So I'm not going to make any false claims about that until we have had the opportunity to test it. And then that will be the way we know. But until that process happens, I don't know. But if you have a different vehicle and you would be interested in building a bumper for it, some type of Subaru model, please let us know. Now, in the comments, just keep it in the comments. The emails that I've been getting recently, I can't get to them all. The comments is just a quick, easy place for me to deal with all this stuff. So it just helps me out, that's all I'm saying. There are more products than just the winch bumper coming. A lot of products that I personally have been after for quite a while. I have just been spewing all of my frustration to the company that is kind of taking this project on and explaining to them there are a lot more things out there that us as Subaru people would like to have. And I can't believe I just referred to myself as a Subaru person, but I am, and I do love that car. So it is a pleasure to be able to bring these products out, but these are products that we will all need and we will all want. The one thing I do know, there will be only 50 models available in the first manufacturing run. So that's where the information for the email comes into play. If you are interested in one of those 50, we will be doing a pre-order and accepting deposits when this bumper becomes available. So if it's something that interests you and this is something you're very serious about, obviously I know you want to see it, but you can take my word slightly until you see it that it is going to be a very clean, well-built bumper. Things that I don't know. I do not know the exact price. There have been numbers that have been tossed out, and I am not at liberty to share those numbers only because we just don't know where it's going to end up. A lot of it has to do with, obviously, it's a really bad time for inflation, and everything seems to cost more. Labor costs more. Material is costing more. So what may have been less expensive 6, 8 months, a year ago will probably be a bit more expensive now, but I do not have the exact price for this bumper yet. Like I said earlier, I do not know if it will fit other Subaru Outback models. So if you do not have an Outback Wilderness, I cannot guarantee fitment yet. That will be a process that will be tackled after the first launch of the bumper is done. We will then circle back and go through the process of fitting a Subaru model. So if you have a Subaru, a traditional Subaru, please, just traditional Subaru Outback, not the Wilderness, please go in the description, sign up for the email link and sign up for the email in the newsletter, and we will get with you. Send us an email, whatever you have to do. Leave a comment. Let us know that you are interested in it. I know Warren has a winch bumper for regular Outbacks. but I don't know if they still manufacture it. I really have no clue whatsoever on that. So that's kind of where we are with the price. We just don't have a for sure price yet. The second thing that I just don't know is the exact timeline. We are hoping for 60 to 90 days to have some sort of information on when the launch is going to go live, but we just don't know yet. So that 60 to 90 day timeline could be moved to 120 days or beyond, and it could be brought down to 30 days. I just don't know. Nobody really knows yet. And the only way for me to communicate this stuff as I get real-time information is if you sign up for the newsletter, because then once I have information, I can send it out. I know who's interested in it, and making a video, recording a video, doing all of these things becomes a bit difficult from time to time because this takes much longer than me sending a quick email. So it will be, I will have the ability just to communicate with you guys super quick, drop it in your inbox, and then you can kind of get back with me. Now let me check for the last thing that I have. How much will it weigh? And I put this in here because I think a lot of people are going to ask that question. I think the winch itself from Warren, the 6,000 pound winch, is between, I haven't looked it up, but I'm making an educated guess here. It is probably between 25 and 35 pounds. Now, when the bumper comes out, that is going to be made of, I'm assuming, steel. I don't think it's going to be an aluminum bumper because that would increase the cost significantly, although it would reduce the weight. Now that may be a direction that has to be done because a steel bumper may just be too heavy. So we're going to figure that out because a lot of us, if you're like me and you have a Ironman suspension lift or you just have the traditional Subaru factory suspension, then how much weight is that going to add to the front of the vehicle makes a difference. And we have to know, we have to see how that rides, and we have to get an idea of what it's going to do. Is it going to impact any of the components underneath the vehicle? There are a lot of questions that we have surrounding the weight, so I kind of wanted to pull that out right now so you guys know that that is something that is being taken into consideration, and we're working on a solution, and we have to test it. I have to put one on my car, I have to drive miles, I have to hit trails, I have to hook it up to a tree and pull myself up hills to make sure everything works properly, because I don't want to put our stamp on it if I don't know 100% for a fact that it is going to be a positive product and a good product for anybody who may be watching this video. I don't want you to waste your money. Now, the pre-order, I want to talk about that real quick here at the end of the video because this is probably something I'm going to get a lot of questions on. We, my wife and I, native nomads, we are building, excuse me, I have a cold. I just got back from a month-long trip, well over a month, as a matter of fact. What was supposed to be a month turned into much longer. But I'm back and I just got a cold now. I've been out in the cold climbing, and it's just, I think it finally got to me. But we, my wife and I, are building a e-commerce website where all of this stuff will be housed. And that will be launching here in the next couple of weeks. And the reason we're doing that is because there's been tons of products. There have been tons of things that we have done to our vehicles. We have so much information, and we want to be able to give people a safe, secure option to go purchase products directly from our site that you have maybe seen in our videos, or maybe we don't have the product at all. We are going to try our best to stay away from products that we have not used and that we do not have a good recommendation on, but from time to time some products will be on there because I have gotten good information about that product. The website is not named yet, but it will be a place for you to make this transaction, and we will be taking all of our pre-order sales through that website. So just stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification. I know we do a lot of things here, not just Subaru stuff, and I know that not everybody is here for anything other than Subaru stuff. So you just have to kind of look at the titles. I'm usually pretty clear on the titles of the videos. I don't try to, bait and switch people into watching something just to get a bunch of views, because that does no good for the long-term success of the channel. But that is a way that you will be able to get this information quickly by subscribing, turning the bell notification on, following us on Instagram. I will put that here. I've probably already put it here at least once, but that is pretty much real-time information. When I have a new picture or something goes on the story, that's generally what's happening right now, and that may be even easier for you to get the information that you want. So, all right, I know I didn't cover everything that you probably wanted to hear, and it may not be exactly what you want to hear because you want it now just like me, but we are much closer today than we were 45 days ago, and in 45 days from today, we are going to be even closer still, which is going to swing us right into that spring, summer camping season, which is the goal here, is to get this done, tested, created, fabricated, built, and ready for shipping before the summer season kicks off and even before we get into the good spring camping season. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one.